Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So in this video I go to the Manchester Opera House to see the UK tour of Only Fools and Horses, the musical. I went to a matinee showing of the musical, which started at 2:30. I was sat in the Grand here for this because the tickets were quite expensive and that was the only ticket I could afford, but the view was actually quite good, better than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, in the video I show you around the theatre, show you the merch, show the view from my seat, record the curtain call, and I also review the show at the end for you as well. So I hope you enjoy this little video. So I've just come to KFC to get some lunch before the show, and then I think I'm going to have a quick look around the shops. I did have a quick look in Primark for the new Wicked clothing collection. Couldn't see it anywhere, although online it says it's in stock there, so I might go back and have another look in a bit. But yeah, I'm going to eat this now, and I'll get back to you later. Okay, so I'm just in the theatre now. Here's the stage. I'm just going to try and find my parents because they're supposed to be in here. I'm actually in the Grand here, but we'll just have a little look. Okay, I couldn't find my parents there, so I'm just going to head up to my seat. I'll find them at the interval. So I'm now in the gallery. Oh, those stairs held me. So I think I'm on this side. I'm in the middle, row K, seat 21. And okay, so I'm now in my seat. I'm in the gallery, row K, seat 21. So it's a good central view, but is very high up. I've not sat here for a long time. The last time I sat up here was for Burlesque, the press night of Burlesque. I sat up here, didn't I? But yeah, this is the view. Okay, so it's now the interval. Really enjoying the show so far. It was very nostalgic from the TV show. I think it's actually doing the story from a couple of the TV shows, because I definitely recognise the story from some of this. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. Hi, so it's been a while now since I went to see Only Fools and Horses at the Manchester Opera House, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the show. So I went to see the show on Wednesday the 20th of November, and I went to the matinee performance which started at 2:30. The run time for the show is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that includes a 20-minute interval, and the age guidance for this show is 8+. So for this show I was sat in the gallery because I thought the tickets were quite expensive for this, and the gallery was all I could afford. I don't tend to sit in the gallery just because it's a little high up and you can't really see the facial expressions and stuff on the actors' faces. However, you do get a very good clear view of the stage. So if you're not bothered about seeing the actors' faces and their expressions, it is a good place to sit because you get a clear view, because it's well raked up there and you get to see the entire set. So I did actually think the view was quite good. So I was sat on row K, seat 21, and like I said, the view was really good. And I paid £20 for my ticket, which wasn't too bad. So my parents were actually also at this performance, but they were sat in the stalls because they're massive fans of Only Fools and Horses. So when I was little, my dad used to watch Only Fools and Horses like clockwork. He absolutely loved it. So I watched it with him and my mum, and so it's a show that we've loved for a while and used to watch as a family. So it was nice to go on the same day that they were going, and they absolutely loved it. And I have to say, the atmosphere in the theatre, even with it being a matinee, was just electric. Everyone was absolutely loving the show. They really were. Obviously there was a lot of older people there, which probably used to watch the show when they were younger, like me and my parents. And yeah, they got a massive standing ovation and a massive round of applause at the end. So yeah, it was a great atmosphere at the theatre that day. So merch wise, there was some merch for the show. They had mugs for £15. They had fridge magnets. You got 3 magnets for £5. They're only very thin little magnets. I did buy them, but they've been put away because it's been a few weeks. I say a few weeks, probably a few months since I went to see the show. So they've been put away and I'm not sure where they are. But you will have seen them in the video. They also did t-shirts, they were £30, and a tote bag for £15. And you could get a brochure which was £10, and then I bought the programme which was £6. So that was all the merch that they had. So if you don't know anything about Only Fools and Horses the musical, it is based on the BBC TV series which ran from 1981 to 2003. And the show follows the Trotter family who live in Peckham in South London. Derek Trotter, he is also known as Del Boy, and he's sort of like a lovable rogue who is always trying to find a quick way of making money, and his dream is to one day be a millionaire. So Del lives with his younger brother Rodney and their granddad. So the story of the musical follows the plot of 2 of the TV episodes called Dates, and the other one is Little Problems, I think. And so the story of the musical tells of Del Boy, who joins a dating agency in a bid to find love because he's fed up of seeing all his friends and family all loved up, and he wants some of that too. So he decides to join a dating agency to see if he can find somebody. So he ends up being paired with Raquel, who is an aspiring actress, and the pair hit it off. Meanwhile, Rodney and his fiancée Cassandra are preparing for their wedding, and Rodney needs to get a deposit because they want to buy a flat, and Rodney needs £2,000 to put towards the deposit. So Del decides he wants to help Rodney out, so he goes to the local gangsters, the Driscoll brothers, to lend some money. But when Del is unable to pay the money back, he ends up in a bit of trouble. So that is the plot of the musical. So the show also has some of the great one-liners from the TV series and some of the gags in there as well. They have the gag where Del constantly tries to lean on the bar and he falls through it. They've got that gag in there. So yeah, it's got some of the really good one-liners and gags from TV show. It also has all the beloved characters from the TV show in it. So you've got Trigger, Boycie, Marlene, they're all in it. There's even an appearance from Uncle Albert as well. So it's got all of the show regulars in the musical as well. So the set and costumes fit the 1980s time period perfectly. I thought the set for the Nag's Head bar was really nice. It definitely looked like the one from the show, and I thought the set moved pretty seamlessly between the Trotters flat and the Nag's Head pub. So yeah, I thought the set was nice, and again the costumes I thought definitely fit the 1980s period and looked very much like the costumes used from the TV show. So the music in this musical, I have to say, wasn't that memorable. I actually don't recall any of the original songs. I couldn't tell you what any of them were, other than one of them which I did actually enjoy, which was Only Fools and Horses Hooky Street, which was a take on the theme song from the TV show. That's the only one that stood out to me. It wasn't really any others. And yeah, the songs just weren't that memorable. I think they sort of worked well to the story, but they just weren't memorable. And although they worked in with the story, I don't really know if the story needed the songs. I think this probably would have just worked well as a straight play without the songs. However, like it did work. The songs did work in the show. I'm just not sure it really needed the songs. I think you would have got just as good of a show without the music and just as a straight play. So yeah, I'm not sure 100% if it needed to be a musical or whether it would have worked better as just a play. So the cast for this show was absolutely excellent. It really has been so well cast. The characters were just perfectly cast. So we had Sam Lupton as Del Boy, and he was just fantastic. He put his own spin on the character. He wasn't just a copy of David Jason, and he exuded Del Boy with charm and charisma. I just thought he did a fantastic job. He was a great Del Boy. We then had Tom Major as Rodney. Again, I thought he was really good. He had a lot of the mannerisms of Rodney from the TV show, and I thought he did a fantastic job as well. I thought they were both really, really well cast. So now's probably a good choice to go for the programme. I can show you the rest of the cast. Okay, so this is the programme. So I think this was £6, and this is actually quite good quality. The front page is really thick paper, so not like some of them where they've been really thin and ripped really easily. This is good quality. So inside you have a welcome to the Opera House, and it just tells you a few shows and stuff that are coming to the theatre soon. We then have some information on the Opera House itself. We then have adverts for some upcoming shows, and then we have the information for Only Fools and Horses. So here we have the cast biographies. So like I said, we had Sam Lupton as Del Boy. Like I said, he was absolutely fantastic in the role. His theatre credits include Hubert Pocket in Great Expectations at the Mercury Theatre Colchester, Bock in Wicked at the Apollo Victoria Theatre on the West End, Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors UK Tour 2016, and that's just some stuff that he's done. We then had Tom Major as Rodney, and this is actually his theatre debut, and it says that he is due to graduate from the Arts Education School in 2024. So wow, he gave an amazing performance for his stage debut. He was fantastic. Really enjoyed his take on Rodney. So yeah, he was really good. We then had Paul Whitehouse as Grandad. Again, he gave a great performance. So Paul is an iconic performer and writer who has been involved in many best loved comedy shows over the last 25 years. winning 5 BAFTAs and being awarded the Writers Guild for Great British Award of the 2013 British Comedy Awards. He might be best known for his work with Harry Enfield, and he starred in the Harry Enfield television programme alongside Harry Enfield for 2 series. So that's just some stuff he's done. We then had Georgina Hagan as Raquel. Her theatre credits include Cover, Margaret, Ray and Miss Hedge, and Everybody's Talking About Jamie UK tour. She was a vocalist in the Disney 100 concert. She played Deb in Elf, in Bahrain and Dubai. She played Mary Brown in But I'm a Cheerleader at the Turbine Theatre, and she's also played Miss Fleming and Veronica's mum in Heathers the Musical at the Other Palace and the UK and Ireland tour. We then had Nicola Munns, who played Marlene / Cassandra. I actually didn't realise she played both characters. So she did really well slipping between the 2 characters, because I had actually no idea that she played both. So yeah, she did a really good job. So her theatre credits include Marlene / Cassandra in Only Fools and Horses at the Theatre Royal Haymarket, Sandra in the Live of Birds Flying Home at the Royal Court Theatre Liverpool, and Wendler in Spring Awakening at the Rose Theatre Kingston. That's just some stuff that she has done. We then had Craig Berry, who played Boycie, who I thought was really good again. He had great comic timing. I thought he really played the character well. So his theatre credits include both Boycie at the Only Fools and Horses, the musical, on the West End, Tony in the Bodyguard UK tour, Bill in Mamma Mia, and that's just a few things he has done. We then had Lee VG as Trigger. Again, great comic timing. Thought he did a great job as Trigger. His theatre credits include Pacific Overtures at the Mania Chocolate Factory in London, The Book Thief at the Belgrave Theatre, Coventry Theatre and Leicester Curve, Only Fools and Horses, the musical at the Royal Haymarket, and those are just a few things that he has done. We then had Bradley John as Denzil. His theatre credits include Only Fools and Horses, the musical at the Theatre Royal Haymarket, and Pandora's Box at the Accorla Theatre. We then had Peter Watts as Danny Driscoll. His theatre credits include Mac the Knife in the Threepenny Opera at the Cockpit and Minnock Theatre. He was in Glory Ride at the Tresson Cross Theatre. And there's just a couple of things he's done. We then had Daryl Paul as Mike / Tony Driscoll. His theatre credits include Brit in We Will Rock You at the Royal Caribbean Anthem of the Sea Theatre, Ensemble and understudy Tony, Mike and Cribs in Only Fools and Horses, the musical at the Royal Haymarket. So that's just a couple of things he's done. We then had Richard J. Hunt as the dating agent. His theatre credits include Widow Twankey in Aladdin, Mr. Krabs and understudy Patrick Star in the UK and London premiere of SpongeBob the Musical. And those are just a couple of things that he's done. We then had Gloria Aqua Harrison as Mrs. Abuku. I'm not going to go through everyone else's theatre credits because I'll be here forever, but we then had Andrew Bryant as the resident director as dance captain, Kieran Andrews ensemble, Christopher Kirsten ensemble / swing, Philip Childs alternate Grandad / ensemble, Amanda Coots ensemble, Oscar Dobbins ensemble / swing, Reese Owens ensemble and Katie Payne ensemble / swing. We then have our cast list, ensemble list, swings list, understudies list, the band, creative teams list, and the resident production team list. There we go. So we then have the creative team's biographies, the band's biographies, production team's biographies, and then we have the production credits, some adverts, some information about ATG, booking and venue information, more adverts. And on the back it's got about the ATG Plus card. So that is the programme. It's a pretty simple programme. There's no articles in there. There's no production shots or rehearsal shots. It is literally just the cast biographies. There you go. That is your programme. So overall I really did enjoy Only Fools and Horses, the musical. It was a great trip down memory lane. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a shame the songs were a bit more memorable, but I really enjoyed the story, and like I said, the cast and the performances were all fantastic. So I think in the end I would give it 4 stars. I just think if the songs had been a bit better it might have got to 5 stars, but yeah, I'm going to give it 4 stars. It was an enjoyable night at the theatre. It was really funny, really nostalgic, and yeah, I enjoyed the show. So I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.